Hi, my name is Will and welcome to the drum room sessions for today. We have two lads from Coridian here. Could you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band?
I am Dity. I am the lead singer of Coridian.
I'm Kris. I'm the drummer of Coridian.
He's a little bit slow today. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
And who's missing?
We're missing Mike, our guitarist, and Nick, our bass player.
I noticed on the internet last night. I did a bit of research and I discovered that three of you have the same surname, Raven. And I also noticed that in the center of the Coridian C logo, there is a raven's head. But your surname is not Raven. And I was wondering, is it like a sort of a band logo gimmicky thing, or is it actually your surname?
Yep, so Raven is in fact our surname, and we are all related.
Nice.
Didy's our adopted brother, our stepbrother. But yeah, no, we are actually all brothers. We've been playing collectively for years as well, even before Coridian. But yeah, and there's no gimmicks. We didn't decide on having a cool name.
Yeah.
We just got given that one.
I know. And I designed the logo, and that was my sort of idea behind. Yeah, a cute little nod to the name of the band. Even just the C around it. I kind of put a little bit of Indian sort of patterns and designs kind of behind it, just to have my involvement.
I wasn't too sure whether it was Indian or whether it was like Celtic or.
Yeah, it's kind of just designy.
It's a blend.
Yeah, I don't want to make it obviously too like. Don't want to put a red dot on it and be like, "Oh, it's Indian." I can be racist to myself.
I met you guys when we played together down in Tauranga, and I mean, I could tell that the dudes with beards were definitely brothers. But yeah, I was quite surprised to find out that Nick was also your brother. Even his like his temperament and his whole personality, like he seems quite separate from you two.
He's definitely the younger one. He's the baby.
Sheep.
Oh, is that what it is?
There's actually, funnily enough, there's a video, the very first video we did, it's called For Brave Disguise, and it's probably the only videos online that you'll find me and Mike don't have beards, but Nick kind of has a beard. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, but again, yeah, I don't know, I think me and Mike just have more of a thing going, I don't know.
The youngest, it's kind of the younger brother.
Do you think perhaps when he gets a bit older, he'll start?
A bit older, yeah.
Yeah.
And it starts growing in?
Yeah, maybe like 10, 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
How much younger is he?
He's only 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
And then Mike's like 6 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's quite an interesting dynamic, though.
It's interesting to have three brothers in a band. I've heard of having two brothers in a band before.
Evermore. We were three brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Hanson.
I bought your Caldera a little while back off Bandcamp, and I've been checking it out in the car everywhere I go. And the third track, I'm terrible with names.
Pride.
Of everything. Yeah, I'm terrible with names of songs, names of bands, people. It's the weakest thing. Yeah, so I've written it down. So thank you, Pride. Yes, Pride, which is I think the third track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, is my favourite of them all. However, I like them all. It's not really the kind of music that I listen to generally, so it took me a little while sort of just to warm to it.
Sure.
You know, but yeah, I mean now it's probably one of my favourite albums of the year, probably.
What?
Yeah, I crank it all the time. I really enjoy it.
Awesome.
So the strength of those songs are the chorus. Like the chorus has this sort of vocal line that even if you don't know the lyrics, you can sort of, you can sort of sing along.
Yeah.
And that makes them really catchy. They get stuck in your head. How long have you been writing lyrics and writing vocals?
Especially for rock music I guess writing lyrics for music, maybe just over 10 years now.
Right.
Before Coridian, I was in a sort of a pop rock band called Mile High, and that was my gateway to sort of singing and live music on the stage and band. So I wrote all the lyrics and melodies for that band. It was a bit more simpler as well, I guess, a lot of the riffs and stuff, so it was a good starting point.
Do you play any other instruments?
I learned guitar when I was really young, and I still play guitar, and sort of sometimes I use it to help even some of our writing processes. I might come in with some riff ideas.
Okay.
But most of my writing or playing of guitar these days is just sort of singer-songwriter stuff at home, just by myself, and I do the odd.
And
cover.
he's like literally responsible 100% for all the vocal melodies, all the lyrics.
Yeah.
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 How do you actually write your songs? Are you a jam band, or are you sort of like somebody who will track some guitars and send it to somebody else, or?
I think a bit of both in a way. Like, we definitely are not those guys that write everything on a computer and then send it out and everyone learns their parts and then come together, because that would be real easy.
Primacy does that.
Yeah. We've never done that. I mean, I guess like me and Mike have always had a thing where, like, when he writes a riff, I kind of just jump in there straight away and I know where he's going to go with it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, because you don't want the drums to follow exactly everything.
Sure.
The guitar's
Well, I
doing.
suppose you're brothers as well, so I mean, you probably played music for a long time.
Yeah. So we just,
together?
I guess we just know, and often he'll have a couple of riffs or he'll have an entire song, and like Dity said, often like with a good jam anyway, you could just knock the song out in 5 minutes and then you just rework it and time it and tighten. Otherwise, it's sitting there like putting this together and Nick's like, oh, I think this needs to go this way, and hell bands do it. It kind of depends sometimes, especially now, because we're like writing new songs since Caldera, and the whole process is a little bit different.
I was going to say shout out to our Zoran, because I thought that the work he did on this album was particularly good. Yeah. So, well done, buddy.
He also remixed Reflections for us as well, because that was a single that we did beforehand, and he kind of just said, I need to remix this. So he did, just to match the rest of the whole album, which was really cool.
I looked up what Caldera meant, and there was a bit of a blurb about it, but I wondered what the significance of the word was, or perhaps you can explain what actually Caldera means and what significance it has to the music and such.
We came up with the idea. I think we were touring one time.
We were driving to the Mount.
No,
it was past that. Wellington
or Napier.
Porirua.
Yeah, and we went through.
Porirua.
Yeah, we went past through Taupo. Yeah, so we just thought, and I think the word caldera just sounds quite cool as well. And then the meaning behind it is obviously like it's like a volcano that's happened, and then it's kind of come in on itself and it's become a crater, but then also life continues to live through it. I went through a destructive moment of my life, and this sort of album is kind of like a rebirth and the continuation of the growth and all that. So yeah,
and it's a little bit subtly Kiwi without being Kiwi.
I guess our country has a few calderas lying around,
and it worked well with the other EP being Oceanic.
Yeah,
I think it kind of ties in a little bit. So
earthy.
Yeah.
Before we pressed record and started doing the official chat, you were mentioning a music video that may come out sometime in the year.
Yeah.
Should we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. We were very fortunate to finally get our first NZOnia grant. Thank you so much. NZOnia, hashtag.
Is it a new song, I would presume?
It's actually Reflections. It's we got the grant for the song Reflections, which is from Caldera. So it'll be a nice way to sort of package that little final little chapter of Caldera for us. And I think a lot of bands spend lots of money on recording audios of their band, so it's kind of nice to give the visual aspect some respect as well. So we've put a lot of effort into it, and we worked with an awesome director, Mardel El Noor. Amazing guy to work with.
He had like crazy vision.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like one of those things. It's kind of like when you work with Zoran, and instead of like being like, this is what we're going to do, he's like, this is my idea, this is, what do you guys think? And then you kind of all just are on the same page the entire time, and he just makes you better, and he just made everything better, and it was probably like one of the coolest video sets I've ever been on, just real relaxed and fun, and he pushes you, but not to the point that you want to cry. So it was just awesome, and like we've already like people are like, oh, can't wait to see it, just from like, a few things we've kind of posted about it, and
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Speaking of music videos, I really like watching the Blind Faith one.
Yeah.
I like watching you like trying to play drums.
Oh man,
without being able to see.
It's funny because that
behind the scenes.
because when we filmed that video, we could only hear the song through a little mini UE boom. So you can't hear that. And I'm playing full volume, and there's a bunch of people yelling at me, and I'm just like, I'm not even, sorry.
Is this in time?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and then I can't see. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So Facebook told me that you've got some gigs coming up in June. You also have a gig coming up in May, which I guess we could mention, but it would have already finished by the time this interview rolls out. So let's do June. Could you tell me about the gigs that are going to happen then?
We are supporting Skinny Hobos on their album tour for some select shows. So we're doing June 8th in New Plymouth at the Treehouse, where we've never played. San Fran, Wellington, we've never played San Fran either. And which will be like, for me, it's a bucket list gig. And then we're doing Tauranga at Totara Street, which is pretty much
Our second
home. I think it'll be our third gig there this year.
Yeah.
Which is mental.
It's a nice venue.
But it's probably one of the best venues in New Zealand. So
Yeah.
pretty excited for that. And yeah, it's cool because we've known those boys since, well, both our bands kind of started at the same time.
Yeah.
So it'll be quite cool to be out with them and celebrate their success and
their album. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, Facebook showed me the list of gigs that you've done this year. It's quite a relentless, brutal list.
Yeah.
So you've been very, very busy.
It's actually interesting because even on our website, I keep updating it from 2016 onwards, and you forget about these. Sometimes I just go through a nostalgic moment. I'm like, oh my god, we actually played that with these bands, and oh my god, we did this, and you wonder like, why am I still alive? How am I still alive after
we
doing all these shows?
We had like this idea that we're like, okay, so we're gonna get to like April, and we'll settle down a little bit. We won't gig as much.
Yeah.
And we'll start writing again because we haven't written anything since Caldera, and that was like October last year that we actually released it. So we actually haven't written anything since like July.
Yeah.
And we're like, we kind of need we need to get some songs going, and then we're going to work out, what we're going to do next, because, like, release a single, album, etc. So we're like, okay, let's start writing.
Haven't had a chance.
Still waiting for that.
Well, that brings me to my next question. Sort of outside your gigging regime, what plans do you have for the rest of the year?
Hopefully we can do the South Island.
Yes, there's a
stage.
goal. Yes, we have never played in the South Island.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe Angie down there can sort you out.
That'd be cool.
The Gunroom lady, she can suss out a gig with some of the bands that she manages down there.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
The guys at your caliber.
Sweet.
Cool.
So really low.
No, that's not what I was saying. So thanks very much for coming in to see me today. I guess we should wrap it up because we've probably gone a little bit over time.
Cool.
That's right. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you,
Appreciate
boys.
it.
Cheers, mate.